The transfer rumor mill is spinning at breakneck speed as we dive into the biggest stories shaking up the Premier League today. We start with a major revelation out of the Emirates Stadium, where Arsenal reportedly pulled the plug on a potential deal for Alejandro Garnacho. Despite his undeniable talent at Manchester United, the Gunners performed extensive due diligence and opted to walk away entirely before any formal offer was ever made.
Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLune 3-pack screen protector plus 3-pack camera lens protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Turning our attention to the tactical masterminds leading the charge, all eyes are on Michael Carrick as he continues to steer Manchester United toward a high-stakes Champions League qualification. Reporting from the men suggests that Carrick's influence is the driving force behind this surge, as the team finds their rhythm and fights to secure their spot among Europe's elite. In a massive move to secure their foundation, Manchester United has reportedly made an ironclad commitment regarding the future of captain Bruno Fernandes. The club has issued private, firm assurances to the star midfielder that he will not be sold under any circumstances this summer, putting to bed months of speculation about a potential move to Saudi Arabia. Finally, the injury ward is seeing some positive movement as Manchester United standout Patrick Dorgu nears a return to the pitch. The young talent is reportedly targeting a high-impact comeback for the massive clash against Liverpool, a move that could prove vital for the final stretch of the season. For all the latest updates on your favorite clubs and the biggest stars, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss a beat. Ever wonder how close one of the Premier League's most volatile talents came to swapping Manchester red for Arsenal red? It turns out, Arsenal actually held the keys to Alejandro Garnacho's future last summer, but they slammed the door shut before he even had a chance to walk through it. Behind the scenes, the Gunners were hunting for a left-wing spark, looking at high-profile names like Anthony Gordon and Rodrigo. But when Garnacho's name came up, Arsenal did something they've become very good at lately. They did their homework. After conducting what insiders call due diligence, Mikel Arteta's recruitment team essentially decided the headache simply wasn't worth the talent. Let's be real, while Garnacho is a highlight reel machine, remember that bicycle kick. His baggage has been heavy. Between the public fallout with Ruben Amorim and a string of disciplinary issues, he became a bit of a lightning rod for chaos at Old Trafford. Even his own teammates seemed to breathe a sigh of relief when he was exiled from the squad. It's a fascinating glimpse into the modern Arsenal philosophy. They aren't just looking for top-tier players anymore, they're looking for the right culture fits. Taking a pass on a massive talent like Garnacho shows they'd rather keep their dressing room harmony intact than gamble on a potential locker room wildfire. It begs the question, is raw talent enough to survive in a title-contending squad, or is attitude the true currency of the Premier League these days? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to hit subscribe for more insider transfer talk. Because in football, the moves that don't happen are often just as interesting as the ones that do. Ever wonder what really happens behind the scenes when a club shifts from crisis to contention? Forget the noise on social media for a second. According to Manchester Evening News reporter Stephen Railston, the real engine driving Manchester United's relentless push for Champions League football right now is none other than Michael Carrick. It's a fascinating narrative because while the spotlight often drifts toward big-name signings or tactical masterminds, Carrick's influence on the training ground is quietly proving to be the backbone of this current resurgence. Railston points out that his transition from a legendary player to a pivotal part of the coaching setup has brought a sense of composure that was severely lacking at Old Trafford. It's not just about the drills, it's about that specific winning DNA that someone like Carrick carries, which seems to be rubbing off on a squad that desperately needed a steady hand. Think about it. The transition from the pitch to the dugout is notoriously brutal, yet Carrick seems to have found that rare balance between command and connection. It's this kind of internal stability that wins points when the pressure is at its peak. What do you think? Is Carrick's quiet influence the missing piece of the puzzle for United's long-term identity, or are we giving too much credit to the backroom staff? Drop your take in the comments below, and if you enjoy deep dives into the tactical heartbeat of the Premier League, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Sometimes, the most important movements in football are the ones happening right under our noses. Is Bruno Fernandes heading for the exit? For a while, the rumors suggested exactly that, but Manchester United has just dropped a massive truth bomb that changes everything. The club has officially informed their captain that he will not be sold under any circumstances this summer. Forget the gossip about an £80 million move to Saudi Arabia. United is all in on their talisman. It is fascinating to see such a dramatic shift in narrative. Not long ago, the board seemed ready to entertain massive bids, leaving their leader feeling genuinely hurt by the lack of loyalty. The higher-ups realized that if they wanted to keep their superstar, they had to prove he was the cornerstone of their future. And let's be honest, it worked. The turnaround in his performance has been nothing short of spectacular, with Fernandes racking up 18 Premier League assists and firmly planting himself in the conversation for PFA Player of the Year. Teammate Sen Lamens recently shed some light on why Bruno is so vital, noting that his intensity, which sometimes comes across as frustration, is actually just the hallmark of a winner who refuses to settle for anything less than Champions League glory. When you have a leader who demands perfection from everyone around him, you don't sell him, you build around him. Of course, there is that lingering €65 million release clause for foreign clubs to keep in mind. But with the team surging toward a top-3 finish, the lure of Old Trafford is stronger than it has been in years. It seems the project under the current leadership has finally convinced Bruno that his best days are still ahead of him in Manchester. What do you think? Is Bruno the undisputed engine of this squad, or should United have entertained that massive payday? Drop a comment below with your take, and make sure to subscribe so you never miss an update on the Red Devils. At the end of the day, stability is the currency of champions, and it looks like United is finally paying up. Manchester United are staring down the final sprint of the Premier League season, and with Champions League football dangling just 5 points away, the stakes couldn't be higher. Under Michael Carrick, the Red Devils are sitting pretty in third place, and honestly, the mood at Old Trafford feels like a long-awaited turning point. We're talking about more than just prize money here. Securing that Champions League spot is the ultimate recruiter. It's the difference between attracting world-class talent and settling for what's left. And with Sir Jim Ratcliffe's INEOS group making it clear that European nights are non-negotiable, the pressure is on to get this over the finish line. But here's the twist. The squad needs a boost, and it looks like a familiar face might be returning to the fold. Patrick Dorgu. Remember him? Before his hamstring gave out at the Emirates, he was lighting up the pitch, netting stunners against both City and Arsenal. It was heartbreaking to see him sidelined for 10 weeks, but the latest word from our sources is that he's eyeing a massive comeback for the showdown against Liverpool on May 3rd. While we'd all love to see him back for the Brentford clash on the 27th of April, the reality is he's likely taking a more cautious route. When he does return, he's going to be a Swiss Army knife for Carrick, whether he's pushing Luke Shaw for that left-back spot or offering a new dimension on the wing. His versatility is exactly what United needs for this final push. I want to hear from you. Does Dorgu's return guarantee that top-4 finish, or should United be looking elsewhere in the summer transfer window? Drop your predictions in the comments below. After all, in a season of fine margins, it's these individual X factors that often define whether a club makes history or just misses the mark.